That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. Yeah. That's me. That's me. That's me. Stop. Hold up. PMG.
Everybody's Benji, better known as Moiciara. And as you guys can see from the title, y'all see I ain't got no makeup on, just my hair. We looking very, regular degular because we want to talk about Mr. Jussie Smollett. And I've had a lot of opinions about this. As an African American, gay man, gender non-conforming, non-binary, all that good stuff, and living in Chicago for one. Let's talk about it. So, this actually happened. I want to say 3 years ago at this point, but we're gonna say 2 for the sake of whatever. This happened in January 2019. Actually, the night it happened, I was on my way home from out of town, from seeing my ex, all that good stuff. And by the time I made it to work the next day, it was on the paper. And I was like, what? I'm like, not Mr. You're so beautiful. Like, ain't no way. And clearly they were still filming Empire here in Chicago. But there was it's like so much, it's so webbed. And that's why I didn't want to talk about this story, because obviously Jussie Smollett doesn't make the gay community look bad like that, but it does put that stigma around us where we'll do anything for attention. When the tough gets going, we're gonna show up and show out, and not in a good way. And this is clearly one of those situations where he showed up and he showed out, and not in a good way. Okay, the media at that time, they was reporting that he was they was going to reduce his role on Empire. So he said he had been receiving death threats or something like that. This how they saying, this how web the story is, like how he planned this out to the T. That he was getting death threats, letters or whatever to the set or whatever. And don't quote me if I'm 100% wrong. I might be inaccurate. Allegedly, y'all know y'all say allegedly when talking about celebrity gossip, when it's pertaining to things that you don't know the truth about, or 100% truth about, or whatever the case may be. So anyway, they claim that's where it started, because they was filming here in Chicago. But then it gets deeper. Here goes the problem. So I don't know. He claimed this particular night, I think it was like it's 2 o'clock in the morning, he was going to Subway, up the street from where he was staying. He claimed that these guys come out of nowhere. They threw a noose around his neck, threw bleach on him, said racial slurs, hit him, of things like that. And then I guess they ran off into the darkness. Now, of course, at first, reading this, you're like, oh my God, not Jamal, not our sweet little Jamal from Empire. Yes, our sweet little Jamal from Empire. So, and it's not funny. It's not. I'm laughing because it's humorous based off of the the storyline, and of course the memes and all the crazy stuff. It's not funny because as him being a black gay man, it just makes it seem as if like this was all a joke, and his career was on the rise. Like I think he had got a contract with Columbia. He was doing some things like like things were really about to start to pop off for him outside of Empire. But I don't know if things were at a standstill in his career. I don't know. Clearly, Empire is probably where he's making the majority of his money, and he probably was like, ugh, I don't want to take this hit. And Empire was pretty much on their last leg at the time. Little did we know, but they end up where. Boom. So, of course, Chicago already has enough drama going on. We have a high crime rate. There's a lot of racism in the city of Chicago. If you don't know, you're not from here, it's prevalent, it's evident, it's around you or whatever. Um, mm. Nonetheless, so definitely with Donald Trump, because he was saying he wasn't by the Trump's house, but it was just a lot going on. That one 2019, wasn't that the year? Yeah, that was the stuff with the R. Kelly stuff as well. Like everything was just like boom, boom, boom. And I don't know if he was just piggybacking off of that. Then, you know, Trump Towers is here too, so it's like they were doing like a lot of protesting and carrying on around Trump Towers at a particular time. Child, Lord have mercy. Oh, Chicago was going through some things these past few years, like very specifically. Definitely last year was 2020 was so nasty here, y'all. It was really nasty. Anyway, so as of course how normal things start to happen, things start to unsurface, and we get to find out what's really going on, what really happened. So they claim the brothers, the Ansaderio brothers, whatever, they brought they behinds to some beauty supply store when the stuff started raveling. Because Jussie, of course, he filed a police report. They had footage of him walking, them showing him in his apartment and all this. It was a lot. Like it was carrying, y'all. It was carrying. I don't know whether the better way to say that, but it was carrying. Like it was going places. With this story was traveling, and I'm sure, I don't know if he didn't probably think that the city of Chicago was going to take this to a whole nother level the way they did. Definitely with our superintendent at the time, because he was in his own little scandal, and before you know it, child, he was out of there because he had our police, our police superintendent here. He was wrapped up in his own scandal, literally, just like that. It was so ghetto, like 19 and 20 in Chicago is real ghetto. And anyway, so of course he was like, "Oh, we're not gonna put this off as a hate crime. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Blah blah." Of course, they got to the bottom of it. So they claim the brothers had, they were trainers, you know, African trainers or whatever. You know, for one of them was, I think, training Jussie Smollett or something like that. They very handsome looking man, bodies A1. They claim that he paid them $3,500, I believe, a piece, to come up with this hoax with him, play it out. Is yeah, y'all. So of course, he claimed that he was doing drugs with one of them, I believe, allegedly. You know, it's so much and it's so nasty, and I didn't want to talk about any of this until the trial was going on, because or if there was going to be something confirmed as far as the judgment, because clearly I didn't want to just be la 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 la. But now, since we in the thick of it, as far as a judgment being made and stuff like that, I think the judgment isn't until January of next year. I'm sure the judge was like over it. But hold on, I do got my notes here, y'all. So they said this was considered disorderly conduct and is a class 4 felony. And he could serve up to 3 years in prison if convicted. But they were saying that he probably gonna go get probation and do community service. That's what they saying. But I don't know, y'all. I feel like they might kind of like pull a fast one and might want to really teach him a lesson and go to jail, put him in jail. I really do, because this was a lie. Like, Chicago's going through enough. You're not a Chicagoan, and then to kind of like put that off on us as far as him being performing a hate crime, and then you was kind of like getting so much support. Everybody was like, "Damn, that's fucked up," all that stuff, and then you just kind of like was lying. You was lying. Child, it's very sad, and it's very disappointing, and they just, like I said, it puts that stigma back around you know, the gay community about, as far as like being attention seeking, wanting to do things for attention, and not be something that's positive, uplifting, or what have you. And I remember that particular time period. Like I was like, yes, Justin, he gonna. I mean, the story sounded a little, but nonetheless, it's the fact that, you know, at that particular time, nothing else really had came out. So it's like, okay, well, damn, you know, shit, it could happen to him. I mean, look at me. It could definitely happen to me. Yeah, it just was a lot, you guys. I just wanted to come on here real quick and pretty much talk about that or whatever. Let's get the conversation going. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of views about this or whatever, because it's like, it's very recent or whatever. I don't know, y'all. I don't really have nothing else to say about it, but yeah, it's just it's jacked up. I don't know what else to say besides the fact that, you know, this is why you do not. If that's not, first and foremost, you shouldn't be lying. Secondly, don't come, I mean, in a place, in an area, in a state, city, Chicago, where crime is already rampant and high enough, and then you're trying to add on to it and thinking that police are not going to do their dirty work, specifically because you're a celebrity. They know you, and I guess he probably thought that they was going to be like, okay, we're going to just, you know, wipe, you know, give it a slap on the wrist for the situation, and it didn't play out like that, y'all. So, like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Yeah. All right. I'm forgetting the most important. You know what? Scratch that, y'all. The most important part is the fact that he was found guilty. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. He was found guilty of 5 of the 6 felonies. So, like, that's enough in itself to, like, I don't know. Like I said, it's a possibility they might give him probation and do community service. But 5 out of 6 counts, that's a lot. So it's a chance that like I said, they might try to make an example out of him and put him in jail, y'all. I don't know. It's nasty. It's ugly. I don't like it because I live here in Chicago. And I ain't taking nobody's side, because at the end of the day, he shouldn't have did it. Chicago is the way it is. It's been this way for a long time, if you don't know. I'm telling you. So, yeah, I don't have nothing else to say. But like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. In the comment section below. Follow me on my social media platforms, stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Okay, bye-bye.